What's up guys, my name's Hannah and welcome back to my channel. And today's video, I'm actually gonna be going on a road trip by myself, like a 24-hour road trip to visit my parents overnight. They live in Missouri, I live in Minnesota. If you don't already know, I'm a mom of 4, so something like this is kind of insane and never, ever happens. So we are gonna be taking advantage. It's like about a 5-hour, 45-minute drive, almost 6 hours. And I'm gonna be making it both ways. So hopefully I'm gonna be getting a lot of audiobook listening done. And I'm in the middle, I'm just starting it today, a June reading challenge that is 1 week long. It has 5 prompts. And so right now you're gonna help me pick out my books. Actually, you're not gonna help me. I don't even know why I said that. I'm picking out the books myself. Gotta own it. So the first prompt is to read a story about a missionary. And I've already saved a couple audiobooks. I'm not sure which I'm gonna do, but one of them is actually kind of like a kid's book that is like a kid's version retelling about missionary stories. There's like a full series of them from Voice of the Martyrs. And I just discovered them today, so I'm gonna check them out because if they're good, I'd love to pass on the recommendation to other kids in my life, other teenagers in my life. So I'll keep you updated on that. The next prompt is to read a book with flowers on the cover, and I actually have 3 books for this. So I think it's just gonna, and I'm kind of setting them aside because I do tend to be a mood reader, and so I kind of pick up whatever I'm in the mood for. This one is The Soulmate by Sally Hepworth, and from what I understand, it's about a couple that like lives by a cliff's edge, and a lot of people actually do attempt suicide there, but the husband of the couple has so far been able to rescue all the ones that they've seen about to attempt suicide, to save, and he saved them all. And then one day this woman goes to the edge of the cliff and he goes to save her, and she jumps. Apparently they might be connected in some way. I'm not super sure. So this one sounds super interesting to me. I actually have started it before, but I only made it like 10 pages in. But this one's got like little flowers here on the bottom, so that's an option. I've also got It Starts With Us by Colleen Hoover. I have taken a long break from Colleen Hoover because I don't think she's the author for me. And I don't always feel comfy recommending her books to other people because there's so much content in there that I don't necessarily just like to recommend all willy-nilly. I'm like embarrassed by a couple of the books I read from her because I think that they are just too far and I don't feel comfortable recommending them. But this is the sequel to one of her books that I actually did enjoy. It Ends With Us. It's a super popular book. If you haven't heard about it, I don't know what else to tell you, but this is the sequel to it, and it does have some flowers on it, so that's another option. And the final option is Anne of Green Gables. I have this gorgeous copy that my brother got me for Christmas last year that I still haven't read. No, I still haven't read Anne of Green Gables, even though I'm obsessed with Anne of Green Gables. The movies, my mom and I used to watch them all the time growing up, but this is just such a gorgeous copy. I'm so obsessed with this copy that I have. So this is an option. It does have flowers on it. The next prompt that kind of might overlap with the flower prompt is read a book with something shiny on the cover. And as you could see, Anne of Green Gables, like the text is super shiny on it. So that is an option for that one. Besides that, I don't really have any other ideas. So we might be doing some overlapping. The next prompt is read a book with an animal as the main cover, and this one I'm actually almost done with already because my daughter and I are in the midst of reading a chapter book by Jeanette Oke. This is a book series that I read as a kid, and it's from her Jeanette Oke Animal Friends series. This Little Pig is the first one. The final prompt that I need to fulfill is read a book that starts with the first letter of your first name, and you guys, I am having the hardest time with this one. There is not a single book on my shelves that starts with the letter H. And I'm not willing to buy a book for this prompt. I feel like it's cheating when the book starts with the and then the next word is H. So I'm trying not to do that, but I'm having a really hard time, and I might be to the point where I might have to do that and finally read The Hobbit, which is a book that I've been wanting to read. So I'm gonna look through all my shelves and try to find something.
Much later.
Harry Potter, my friends. Harry Potter starts with H. And it is the first. All of them are titled Harry Potter and the. So it counts. And I have been wanting to reread some Harry Potter. You know, this is kind of a good option if I do feel like I'm kind of in a reading slump and I'm not really wanting to pick up something new or get into a new story. This is something that's just, it's not like light and fluffy. But you know what I mean? Like you reread an old favorite, can be interesting. So I'll keep you up to date as the reading progresses, as the trip progresses. I also want to keep this vlog in under 15 minutes. So that's another challenge for me too. I have a babysitter coming for a couple of hours, so I might hit the road a little early, but in the meantime, I have some cleaning that I want to do. I have to shower, I have to pack. So I've got some things to get done. So certainly no reading is happening right now. I'm regretting all my choices now. What's up, guys? So this might be kind of a vlog that like overlaps with another vlog. I decided to start listening to The Soulmate by Sally Hepworth, and I'm about 35% of the way in and absolutely loving it so far. I'm very intrigued by all the characters. It's super easy to follow along. Just a great car listen, to be honest. I'm really enjoying it. I'm also enjoying because I can only take so much like swearing in books. Like, it's just not my cup of tea. It really ruins the writing for me, but unless I'm like losing my mind a little bit, which is definitely possible, I have not heard a single swear word for 35% of this book. So also a win for me. I'm about 2 hours into my car ride. I should be hitting Des Moines here in the next hour or so. Feeling pretty good. I stopped for like a sandwich and then drove a little more, and then I stopped again to pee because I've been drinking a lot of sparkling water. This is actually like, it's a shorter audiobook, so it's only 7.5 hours long in full, like when you're listening to it at regular speed. But I normally listen to audiobooks at least at 1.5 speed, and I'm actually listening to this one at 2 times speed. It's still completely understandable. I know a lot of people are like, dude, how do you listen to it that fast? Some people, when they narrate audiobooks, just narrate them very, very slow, okay? Anyway, I will check in again very soon. What's up, guys? So while I have you here, I was gonna film some B-roll, but I may as well just talk to you. Still in the throes of the first prompt, which is read a book with flowers on the cover, and that is The Soulmate. I'm really enjoying it so far, by Sally Hepworth. Next on the drive, I'm probably gonna read what I was mentioning from the it's not Nine Marks, what is it? It's Voice of the Martyrs. They have these I found this book series that's for like kids. So as an audiobook, it's only 15 minutes long, but I think I'm gonna listen to at least one, maybe 2 of those. But I'm also gonna hopping between like podcasts and music too. I can't listen to something like consecutively. Like, there's people that can just listen to an audiobook straight through. I'm not somebody that can do that. I need to take breaks from it. Yes, I'm really enjoying The Soulmate so far. Very cozy mystery vibes. There's like this husband that's really erratic like in his behavior, and she's trying to figure out what the deal is. while I was down there at all. Here's this singular picture I took of us eating lunch at a Mexican restaurant. Sorry, there's only so many angles I can do this vlog in, I guess. I am parked and I didn't want to buy food because I didn't need to buy food because my parents and I went out for Mexican for lunch. And I didn't have a fork, and I thought about stopping at a gas station, but then I found this beauty in my purse. It's my son's spoon that he eats his baby food with. So we're making do. We're making do. It's really hard to cut my enchilada with this. And scoop it up. We'll figure it out, people. Figure it out. What's up, guys? It is Monday. No, it's not. Why am I saying that? It's Wednesday, June 28th, and my husband is currently doing an unload in Texas. He drove a moving truck down. He works for a moving company. It was a full moving truck. I think it was like 500 pounds under the max capacity. We're achievers here. You know what I'm saying? And I just wanted to check in on my reading challenge for June. So far, I finished The Soulmate by Sally Hepworth, which was a really, really fun thriller, super solid. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. It included a lot of really tough themes about mental illness. And I'm not going to say any more than that because I don't want to give too much away about the book. I think you should go in not knowing as little as possible. I also tackled the challenge of reading a story about a missionary. I actually read 2 short kids books because I wanted to see if they would be good enough to pass along as a recommendation, and they were. They were by Voice of the Martyr. I read the story about Thomas, and I read the story about Stephen. I also tackled the challenge of reading a book with an animal as the main character, and that was This Little Pig by Jeanette Oak, a fun chapter book that I read with my daughter this week. She's so cute reading that book, you guys. I love it so much. I read those books growing up, and I was so excited when I found my copies, and then a friend of mine found even more copies that I didn't even know existed. And so now we have like 11 of them, and they're so fun. Anyway, next I'm tackling the challenge of reading a book that starts with the first letter of your first name, and this one should be fun. I've been listening to a lot more audiobooks recently, and I'm kind of feeling in the mood to just sit and like cuddle up in a blanket and read physically. Maybe not cuddle up in a blanket. It's kind of hot right now. We'll see. And so since Matt's going to be gone for 2 more days, 2 more nights at this point, I'm hoping to get a bunch of this read. And we're also going to the camper this Friday. So we'll see how much I get read. I think the last time I reread a Harry Potter book was the 4th book, early 2020. And it was kind of when I was in a reading slump. And I'm feeling a little slumpy right now. I'm feeling a slump, feeling some slumpish feelings. Hopefully this gets me out of it. It's not good to be in the middle of a reading challenge when you're not feeling like reading at all. Who's ready? Me. Ready for swimming? Me. But not me at almost 28 years old getting scared at Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Anyway, I gotta put my hair up. It's driving me nuts, and I gotta fix these blinds quick. 1 second. Anyway, I'm here to tell you that I finished my June challenge that I created for myself. And look, it wasn't perfect, but we were super, super close. And I'm here to tell you that close counts in horseshoes, hand grenades, and book challenges. Thank you very much. I finished Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets as my 4th and 5th challenge, which were read a book that starts with the first letter of your first name and read a book with something shiny on it. And the Harry Potter letters are quite shiny. This was super fun to reread. I haven't reread it since I was, in my teens. It was kind of annoying to reread a lot of the little flashback paragraphs or background information paragraphs where she says things like, in his first year at Hogwarts, he did da-da-da-da or da-da-da-da. I was like, okay, I'm just skimming over these pages and it was kind of getting annoying. Honestly, you are hard-pressed to find a monster more terrifying than the basilisk, because that thing is terrifying to me. And reading the end of this book was, didn't want to walk in the hallway at night. Nope. I'm an easy scare though, so I know that not everybody's like me. I apologize for the Cocomelon in the background. I do not own any of the rights. Please don't mark me as copyright, YouTube. And I will also say that I always forget when I read the books about how much I loved reading about the school aspect of the book. You know, not just the building itself, but reading about his classes and him picking, him doing his homework and him taking his exams and the books that Hermione reads and him having to pick his next year courses. He's picking his classes for next year. I always loved reading about that, and I always forget about it until I reread one of them. I'm also remembering that the big plot twists in this book are some of my first experiences with giant plot twists in books, and it's just so fun to relive that and remember, oh my gosh, this was my first experience of getting hoodwinked by an author. Because I mean, come on, who would have ever expected Ginny Weasley to be at the bottom of it all? Or that it would all be traced back to Lord Voldemort? Not me, not 15-year-old me. With that, I am going to end this vlog. I hope it was fun to follow along on these challenges that I finished for myself. It's a super fun challenge to recreate for yourself. It doesn't have to be in June. That's just what I did in June. You can pick 5 books, 1 for each prompt. I'm going to include the challenge prompts here and in the description in case you're interested to try it for yourself. So I'm really proud of myself. I got a lot of reading done, and I read a fun chapter book with my daughter as well for part of her homeschool. So all in all, I would say this was a super well-rounded vlog, and I hope you enjoyed it, and God willing, I will see you in the next one. Bye.